I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared.
Big black guy chose small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
I just want to know, why is there so much race play going on? Why is this lady, her name is Gabriella, talking about, yeah, I want you to put a big black baby in me? Is that what people that date outside their race do? Is that what y'all do?
Men like Shannon Sharpe go after women whose frontal lobe have yet to develop, and then when they prove to you that they are still children, it's, how dare she try to manipulate me? How dare she try to get money from me? Why do you think she was your old ass?
Do you remember the conversation between Katt Williams and Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay? Katt gave Shannon a really important warning. He told Shannon that having relationships with white women might cause him big problems. Katt wasn't just joking around. He was giving Shannon real advice based on life experience. Now this video is becoming popular again online. Why? Because people are seeing that Katt was exactly right. Shannon is now dealing with the exact situation Katt warned him about. If you didn't see what happened before, here's the story for you. Shannon got himself into the exact trouble that Katt tried to warn him about. People are talking about how Katt seemed to know what would happen.
You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
Shannon is now in serious trouble with a legal case. A white woman who has an OnlyFans account is suing him. She is much, much younger than Shannon, so young she could be his granddaughter. People are saying this woman was only 19 when Shannon first started talking to her. That's just a teenager. Now she has filed a big lawsuit against him. The woman is making very serious claims. She says Shannon raped her. She wants $50 million in money damages. She also wants a complete trial with a jury to decide the case. But wait, this story gets even more shocking.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you.
It turns out that the Club Shay Shay interview with Katt Williams was recorded while Shannon Sharpe was already involved with the same woman Katt talked about. Now people are going back to watch those old clips again. They're noticing how nervous and uncomfortable Shannon looked when Katt started talking about how quickly a white woman could get a black man arrested, sometimes even before the weekend came.
It's becoming more and more clear to me, in my opinion, that he has a race fetish. He has a fetish for that type of dynamic. Think about it. This was a 19-year-old white woman when he met her. I don't know any 19-year-old white woman that's running around hollering about a big black baby and baby gravy. Shannon was a 54-year-old big black grown-ass man from the backwoods of Georgia. Gravy sound like some shit he's familiar with. Big black babies, he probably seen a few in his day. Born in the backwoods of Georgia where he grew up with his grandma and all the other folks. But I just don't think that came from her. Now, is she repeating it back in those text messages? Yes. That's why he released her messages, not his. Peep that. Okay? We haven't seen what his responses was. And I guarantee you, when they post those messages, y'all gonna see. All of that race started with him. It's a fetish. And he could only play that kind of stuff out with a young girl. He couldn't, like Monique was trying to tell him, get an older gal. Older gal ain't going for that. They was going to immediately know he was a freak and a weirdo. A 19-year-old don't know no better. That's why she repeating it back to him, because he said it to her first. Older men, that's why they tend to want to be with younger women. They're more impressionable. They can mold them. They can shape them to be what they want them to be. Do what they want them to do. You let him come to a 40 or 50-year-old woman talking about put a big black baby and baby gravy. We gonna be looking like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, that started with him. Mark my words, it's gonna come out. But that race stuff started with Shannon.
This isn't just about the woman being very young. She had just finished high school and was living in Hawaii when they met. According to the lawsuit, Shannon liked some very strange and shocking things in private. One thing mentioned is called race play. It's something so inappropriate I can't really explain it here. Let's just say it's about race in a very bad way. When people found out what Shannon was supposedly doing, they stopped feeling sorry for him. Being with someone so young was already looking terrible, but adding these race-related activities made everything much, much worse. The lawsuit says Shannon asked for this race play himself. The woman wasn't just someone he met randomly. She was more like someone he paid. Shannon reportedly told her to act out some disturbing fantasies about race. She went along with it for some time, but then she stopped. Now she's saying what happened wasn't fully agreed to by both of them.
Well, what, Gabby?
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what you did to me.
Okay, well...
Well, what?
Katt Williams actually tried to warn him, but now everything is falling apart right in front of him.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
There's a $50 million lawsuit against him in Clark County, Nevada. Who filed this lawsuit? An OnlyFans model named Gabriella Zuniga. This isn't just about a simple relationship gone wrong. Gabriella says Shannon did terrible things. She claims he attacked her twice during their short relationship. She also says he hurt her feelings, used mean words, made secret videos of their private time, and even threatened to hurt her. Here's something shocking. The lawsuit says Shannon first met Gabriella at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023. He was 54 years old then. She was only 19. That's a 35-year age difference. The age difference alone made people uncomfortable, but after hearing all the details of what supposedly happened, people are completely shocked.
Why is this lady, her name is Gabriella, talking about, yeah, I want you to put a big black baby in me? Is that what people that date outside their race do? Is that what y'all do? Are y'all into race play? Like, I feel like there's probably in the bedroom doing like slave. I mean, I don't feel like that's too far-fetched. She talking about put a big black baby in me. Like, what, I don't get it. What is going on? He needs to address that. The lawsuit. Address why the hell she was saying that and why you were allowing that. Because after she said that, you should have cussed her the out. What is going on, Shannon?
This girl was just 16 years old during COVID times. Think about that for a minute. She's younger than Shannon Sharpe's own youngest child. She could actually be his granddaughter. This fact alone makes everyone feel very uncomfortable. But things get even stranger when you hear what Shannon supposedly liked. From what we can see, Gabriella wasn't really a girlfriend. She was more like someone who got paid for services. In one message that Shannon himself shared to try to prove things were okay between them, Gabriella mentioned asking for $25,000 for each cheek. Yes, really. And it gets even more inappropriate. Other messages show Gabriella telling Shannon she wanted him to give her a big black baby and saying other very sexual things I can't fully describe here. Let's be honest, nobody believes this 19-year-old girl was truly interested in Shannon romantically. It seems more like she said these wild things because he asked her to say them as part of race-related role-playing. Whether everything between Shannon and the girl was agreed to from beginning to end, or if things went wrong at some point, that's for the court to decide. But the truth is, Shannon looks very bad right now, especially after Gabriella's lawyer Tony Busby shared a recording where Shannon can be heard threatening to choke her. The whole conversation sounds strange from both sides. It even sounds like Gabriella was trying to get him to say something terrible about a big black man choking a small white woman. But what's shocking is Shannon seems to like this idea, which makes him look very creepy.
Listen, the way Shannon Sharpe is moving, right? Granted, he's rich, famous, cool, he's successful in that aspect, but bro, when it comes to a love life, that is not the life I want to live. I do not want to be 54, 40 plus years old, or 54 years old, sleeping with 19-year-old women. Sleeping with women that only want to use me for what I can provide. Dealing with women that could potentially mess up my career, my future, or cause me so much stress. When it comes to dealing with multiple women, there's always problems. It's messy, I want to be as drama-free as possible for as long as possible. Like I said, there's always going to be problems. They can start a rumor about you, and it can mess your image up, it can mess your face card up, or you can even end up getting one of them pregnant. You could be on child support for 18 plus years. I said the same thing about Future a few months ago, and y'all was like, nah, bro, Future can never be lame. He's not lame for doing this. Future is lame for doing the same thing Shannon Sharpe is doing, and a bunch of men are doing, period, in general. We make sleeping around as men cool. Like, just being super reckless cool as men, and it's not cool.
I have to say, this whole conversation seems strange from the beginning. It really sounds like they were doing some kind of disturbing role play together. But here's the important part. Even if she tried to get him to say certain things, even if it was all part of their usual game, she recorded it and is now claiming it wasn't all agreed to. In the end, Shannon has only himself to blame. Think about it, being almost 60 years old but still chasing after 19-year-olds and believing they wouldn't try to trap you? That's just unbelievable. The level of not seeing reality here is just crazy. And now Shannon is trying to use the black man defense, saying that Tony Busby only goes after successful black men. Even if that might be partly true, how can you use that defense when you were doing race-related role play in private? It just doesn't make sense. Look at this. Shannon tried to get ahead of the problem by warning everyone that Busby plans to release parts of a private video that shows stereotypes. So basically, Shannon paid a white woman to embarrass him in some twisted race fantasy, and now he wants people to support him because he's a black man being attacked? No, that's not going to work this time. And don't forget, this is the same Shannon who used his TV show for years to make fun of black women whenever he could. But now he's asking for sympathy? Yeah, that's not happening.
That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go, come on, Cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. And remember, I told you the story from when I'm in the park.
Yeah.
So these are just the things. I had all of those when I came in. I already was ready for that.
And let's be honest here. The only people defending Shannon right now are other out-of-touch older men who really believe a 19-year-old girl likes them just for who they are. Everyone else is seeing the situation clearly and making fun of Shannon for being so careless. But it's not just regular people online making fun of Shannon for being weird. Katt Williams is talking about it again too. Remember when Katt tried to warn Shannon last year on the Club Shay Shay show? Katt talked about being afraid of white women. If you watch Shannon's body language during that moment, you can see he knew Katt was talking directly to him. And Katt wasn't the only one giving warnings. Monique also came on Club Shay Shay after Katt's interview became popular. She also warned Shannon about the dangers of getting involved with much younger women. Looking at the timeline from this lawsuit, it's very clear that Shannon was already deeply involved with that OnlyFans model when Katt and Monique were trying to give him advice. The way Shannon just sat there laughing while Monique was trying to teach him some serious adult lessons, that should have been the first warning sign. He wasn't listening at all. And now, here we are.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your get your old out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Told you. I told you. I told you. You ain't tell me.
Now Shannon is completely exposed for being into race-related roleplay and going after women younger than his own children. So next time he tries to get on TV and give people life advice, just remember, his credibility is completely gone. And like I said, not many people feel sorry for him. The entire internet is criticizing him, and everyone is saying the same thing. He should have listened to Katt when he had the chance. But he made his choices, and now he has to deal with the consequences. One fan commented, "When Katt Williams told Shannon Sharpe, 'You have an unnatural allegiance to losers,' little did he know Shannon was actually the leader of losers." Wow, people are being really harsh. Another person said, "I don't feel sorry for Shannon Sharpe. This isn't some big plan to bring down a successful black man. This is just what happens when a man in his 50s keeps making bad decisions. Even if Shannon turns out to be innocent, people are still looking at him with suspicion because what is a grown man doing chasing after very young girls and OnlyFans models anyway? That's not being targeted. That's just being extremely arrogant." But I want to hear from you. What do you think about this whole Shannon situation? Is he completely responsible for how bad this looks?